Facebook, or wherever you are watching me. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to give you some tips today about how to handle a hostile audience. If you are a speaker or presenter, wherever, and hey, Elsa, how are you? And you find yourself you find yourself faced with a hostile audience, what do you do? How do you keep the rest of the people on your side? Even as you maintain your authority, even as you just maintain goodwill in such a situation. My name is Lisa Dublin. I'm a health and life coach, and I just help you to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence because what I've realized is the thing that I sell and the thing that I offer the most is confidence in every area of life. And so, my Speak with Confidence program that comes up on the 3rd of November is one way of offering confidence to whosoever will. So you can go to my website, lisamdublin.com, and you can see the link to sign up because we're halfway there. I have a couple more consults lined up. And so the early bird special for Speak with Confidence, it ends on the 15th of October, and you don't want to miss out. I love value. I hate paying full price for anything. I don't know about you. And so you would want to take advantage of that program because it has produced such excellent results and we've added more value. And so we're looking forward to cohort 7, which begins on the 2nd of November, being even more valuable, effective, and longer lasting just because of everything that we've added. Elsa, it's nice to see you back. Yeah, you miss hearing, and yeah, it's nice that you are here. So let's begin. I just have literally two little points. Oh, I forgot to do my affirmations before I begin. I did say that I wanted to start doing them again on a daily basis. The thing is, I used to do go live very early in the morning, and I am an early morning person, y'all. So it's like I used to do my affirmations. I am blessed and highly favored, above only and not beneath, the head and not the tail. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I shall lend and not borrow. I have nothing missing, nothing broken. That's like now we're going to call it just a pick me up in the middle of the day, right? The reason being that by this time every single day you might have faced so much stress, you might have already faced so many problems that hearing an injection of inspiration like this is good for you. So if you're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, please let me know if you can hear me. Tested the mic before I began, so we should be okay, but I just wanted confirmation. I know Instagram is okay because I'm just going live there, just directly or from my phone. So you can watch me there too at Lisa M. Dublin everywhere. But let's get into today's topic. What do you do if you stand up to speak the lectern, not the podium? The podium is actually the platform. That thing at which you stand and you place your papers on, it's called the lectern. Okay? It's not the podium. You're standing on the podium at the lectern. Okay, everybody? Not that it matters. Like if you get it wrong, nobody's literally going to come and caught you away to jail or anything of the sort. But it's nice to be able to hear, or it's nice to be able to hear and to use the right words. Okay, so that's important. But sometimes I always like to say that the audience is on your side. Oh my goodness, you guys, guess what happened? I'll have to end this live. I think I'll have to go live. Give me 1 second and we shall, let me just discard this video and we'll start on Instagram again. Give me 1 second, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. Instagram. Give me 1 second. We're talking about an audience today. Let me just go live. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Stick with me. These things happen and you just have to learn how to roll with the punches. That's what it is. Sorry, Instagram, I had to start again. A call came in. Yeah. So I always like to say to everybody to come into any speaking situation. Oh, thank you, Fiona, for saying that you can hear me. Thank you. You come into any speaking situation believing that the audience is on your side. Okay? That is a lovely place to start. What exactly does that mean? And I learned that concept back when I got trained as a speaker back in the Caribbean, at Carimac. That was my first speaking course, with Alma Mokyen in Jamaica. And she kept on saying that the audience is on your side. And, subsequent books and certifications also said that. It wasn't until I did another certification with Brian Tracy that I understood, and that's what I teach now. Why is it that the audience is on your side? So we're going to start there. Stick with me. I'm going somewhere with this. When you go to a movie, are you expecting to see a whack actor? Well, sometimes you get it. Whether you like it or not, sometimes you get it. But you literally are not expecting to see bad storylines, bad acting, that what the plot is going to be even before you see it. No. You want the movie to be really good so that that you spent your time well, that you got, what you paid for. You got a good movie, you got the rush, you got the feelings. Oh my goodness, all of that, right? In the same way, when somebody comes to hear you speak, it is in that attitude and in that mindset that we can say that they are on your side. They don't want you to be boring. Okay? They don't want you to mess up. Well, maybe the mean girls do. But that's fine. But for the most part, people want you to be engaging, interesting, and to make sense so that they themselves can say, this was a speech that was well attended, that I got what I came for. It was time well spent. In that regard, you can say that the audience is on your side, that they don't want you to fail. It's not because of you. Of course, you're going to have your supporters in every audience. People who just like you for liking's sake, people who like you because maybe you look like their kid, or don't like you because you look like their kid. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's Friday afternoon. We're going to have a little bit of fun. But you're going to have those people who are on your side just because they like you. But for the most part, people are going to want you to do well because you are answering the question for them, what's in it for me? And if you can answer that question in every speech, you get better engagement because it's not about you. And we looked at that yesterday. It's not about you. It is about you giving value, information, inspiration, persuading somebody, or entertaining them, depending on what your motive is for standing up to speak. However, we can all agree that even in spite of us believing that the audience is on our side, sometimes you have snipers. Okay? Sometimes you have snipers in the audience, and they go like this. They can be the person who has perhaps the open smirk on their face. They can be the person who is deliberately maybe whispering while you are speaking on the phones, all of those things. So we have different categories. So those people deliberately go out to try to destabilize and to try to get you off your game. How do you handle those? Then there's another category of audience member. It's the person who is just sleepy. Like, no matter how exciting or engaging you might be, that person might physically just need to be sleeping. I know I have fallen asleep in many an interesting sleep, not because the person was boring, but just because I had been up since very early in the morning and I should have been in bed. So you kind of have to know and not take things personally. But when it does get personal, and perhaps you see people maybe correcting you if you do something, if you say something badly, somebody might stand up and correct you in the most embarrassing of ways. What then do you do? Any suggestions? Have you ever been in such a situation where you've had hostile audience members? Hey, Andidi, how are you? Good afternoon to you. I have been, and the mindset that I have developed over the years to be able to deal with hostile audience members is to maintain the authority that you always have as a speaker. If you stand up to speak, if you are the person who's called upon to, come from a position of authority, you maintain that authority. You never give it up. Not even for somebody who's trying to embarrass you or make you feel bad or deliberately show you up to make themselves feel bad. They're not the speaker, and you have to maintain that. So let's say, for example, the thing that you are being corrected on by this person is actually correct. That is the worst thing. When it's somebody you don't like or who doesn't like you, who's actually correct. And you have to prepare for that. One of the things that we teach in Speak with Confidence is that there should be a measure of humility, right? And a measure of learning. That when I stand up to speak, I'm not standing as the know it all. Yes, you must do your research. Yes, you must practice. Yes, you have a duty of care before you stand to speak. But sometimes you're going to get it wrong. At those times, there's a measure of humility. And then I'll show you this other tactic. You don't let them get the juice. So, yes, so what if you correct me? Thank you very much. And just move right along. No, thank you. And you just simply incorporate. If you are sure that you were wrong and they are right, you just simply incorporate the right thing into the next time that you mention the topic, and you move right along. Give no juice, no extra kudos, no Cheerios to the person who's trying to make as if that make it look like, oh my goodness, you should have known that, right? I remember, I love to give stories when I speak. It's one thing that we teach in Speak with Confidence: illustration, analogy, stories grab people more than anything else. And I remember when I was a young lecturer, teaching people who were not too much younger than I was. And one of the lessons that an older teacher taught me was, you're just a teacher. You're not supposed to know anything. And I've kind of taken that concept and applied it to teaching. I am just a speaker. I'm not supposed to know everything. I'm not supposed to be perfect. That gives me the bandwidth to make mistakes. That gives me the bandwidth to be human. That gives me the bandwidth to learn from my audience if I have to. Of course, you don't want to be in a situation where you are hired or you are supposed to be presenting on a topic and you know nothing about it. Okay? So there was this joke about this guy who stood up to speak, when they were giving a toast at a wedding ceremony, at the reception, sorry. And this guy stood up to speak and he's like, well, I don't know the bride or the groom, but so obviously everybody's like, so what are you standing up to speak about? You don't want to be that person. You want, if you stand to speak, that you have something valuable to say, that you've done a bit of research on the topic, if that is what you've been called upon to do, and you are doing it well. Okay? So this is for the off chance that somebody has perhaps updated information, just in time information that you didn't have, that you were not privy to, or you did not come across in your research, and they are presenting it like, well, how come you didn't know that? And you just simply say, oh, thank you so much for that. And you just simply move on. Give them no juice, no fire. Take all of the glory out of, oh, I showed you up, and just move on and you stay on mission. That is one surefire way where you come across as knowledgeable, humble, in a learning environment and stance. And because the audience sees that you are willing to also learn from them, they are more likely to tune in to what you also have to offer them. So that's one way to pardon, that is one way to handle it. Here's what you don't want to do, and we're going to end. I want you to go sign up before the early bird special is over. The 15th of October is the last day. That offer goes away forever because I've packed this thing with way more value. And so you want to get that valuable deal by the 15th of October. The program starts on the 2nd of November. And so after the 15th until the 2nd, if we still have room, it will be at the full price. I don't like to pay full price for anything, so I'm letting you in on the secret now. It's available at the old price now. Go sign up or sign up for a consultation with me. Don't waste time, don't waste time. Okay. Don't waste time on this one. Okay. And I'll tell you more about the program. So if you sign up for a consultation, I can also tell you more about it. Okay. Hey, Leonis, how are you? I see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So here's the last thing I want to tell you. Never be hostile back to somebody who's hostile with you. You are still in a position of authority. The other people who are quietly and pleasantly listening to you are watching to see your reaction to this upstart or sniper who wants to take you on. Why would you give that person the satisfaction and also alienate all of these other people who simply came there because they are your thirsty audience? They want to hear what you have to say, and they want you to show with much aplomb that you can simply overcome this blip. So don't give a sniper or a hostile audience member the satisfaction of seeing you fall apart or be hostile back to them. At that point, if you do that, in many cases, what happens is the other audience members also turn against you. I've seen it happen, and I'm like, all you needed to do was to be humble. If you got a bit of fire, let the other audience members take on the hostile audience member. Usually, people feel so badly for the speaker that they themselves are going to say to the person who's the upstart being very hostile, hey, listen, give him a break, give her a break. She's trying to do her best, okay? But do not respond fire with fire, because it really is not going to be to your benefit. Listen, if you know those things, these are strategies. Like, if you know this is what's going to happen, then you know how to handle, manipulate, and strategize. I'm never going to be like all up in your face when I know everybody else is watching. No, that's the strategy of being a good speaker. You have to know how to handle and to work the room with your voice, with your body language, with your attitudes, with your responses, all of those things. And you know what? You learn how to do that and more in the Speak with Confidence program. Oh, yes, you'll get a break soon so you can finally be a Speak with Confidence graduate. It will happen. Sani, why don't you sign up for a consultation? You and I need to talk. You've been wanting to do this program for a long while, okay? You need to get into this program. So let's talk about it, my friend. Like, you've been on a lot of the Speak with Confidence webinars and stuff, and I see that. So let's see if we can honor that. So reach out to me and let's talk, okay? Yeah, and she's doing such great work as well. Okay, so let's see what we can make happen. All right, folks, I hope this was helpful. So it's pretty important. Like, speaking is such a wonderful thing to be able to reach out to people. um it 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 increases your own credibility, your own confidence. It gives you more reach, more influence. Of course, it's a big responsibility, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's a lovely way, an authentic way for you to reach people. And I think you should take advantage of cohort 7, which is going to be lit. It's going to be the best yet, and continuing. So go to my website, lisamdublin.com. Don't forget, early birds ends on the 15th of October. Like, don't get caught paying full price for this when you can just pay before that price goes away forever. You know why? Because I've added value forever. That's how it works. Any business person would understand that. So thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. Send me a DM if you're thinking of signing up and you're not quite sure, and we can talk about it. Okay. All right, folks. See you soon. And I'll see you on Monday. I'll return with Basement Chronicles Live, and we can continue our conversation looking at another pillar of the whole Speak with Confidence journey. So see you and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye. Take care.